Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 7. It is, whatever it is, Thursday today. I didn't really have a Wednesday because Tuesday had my full day, came home, had dinner, and went for an overnight and played all night Tuesday night into Wednesday, all day Wednesday into Wednesday evening. Got home, rested, had dinner, went to sleep, and it is now Thursday. So, just leaving for the day right now. Tomorrow is Friday, and I'll need to check in at the office before I go anywhere. And I contemplated a couple different places today and finally made my decision as to where I was going to go. Today we're traveling almost 4 hours one way, and we'll be playing blackjack, slots, and who knows what else, maybe some poker, who knows. This morning it is 33 degrees outside. Feels like temperature is 27. Lots of fog outside, and roads are semi-dry. When I got up this morning, there was ice on my windshield, so got my car all warmed up and toasty and ready to go, and we are just heading out for the day. We're closing in on our $1 million goal. Today I gave my wife a task to do something to get some money from a casino that banned me. She will actually do the setup for it, and I will actually go in and take care of the money-making aspect, even though I'm banned from that casino. So that's getting set up today. And really, that's really what's going on. Don't have any meetings at work. Feeling good. I'm a little bit tired still, but that'll clear up here in the next hours of driving. So we're going to go ahead and start our trip, heading out to our first casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So unfortunately, I probably picked the wrong place to go because everybody in here knows me, and they're all set up as pit bosses on all the tables that I want to play, so that's not good. So as soon as I came in, I'm looking around at slots, not finding much. I found one play made $32 and then nothing else, and it's been pretty dead. Can't play tables at the moment, so I'm going to go over, look at poker, see if we can do something there. I really don't want to do that, but what are you going to do? And there's all these other people checking machines. See this guy over here, you dirty one. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of people checking. I see the manager walking around looking at the people checking. So a lot of things going against us right now. So let's go over to the poker room, see what kind of lists they have going on. Otherwise, I may not play anything and may have to travel 2 hours to the next spot. So hopefully we can make something work, though. I'll be back. Alright, so unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Too many long lists. But interestingly, there's a 1530 Omaha high-low. 1530 Omaha high-low in this area. This is not Vegas. I mean, I can't believe it's something that high in this area. And I mean, I guess I can see how it's possible in this area, but wow, not very likely. So we're gonna walk around a little bit more, see if we can scrounge something here. If not, then we'll have to figure out how to get out of here and maybe go to another area, try to make money there instead. So, all right, I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. It is, let's see, 4 hours later. 4 hours late. No, actually it's about 3 hours and 40 minutes later, to be exact. Lots of stuff happening, lots of ups and downs and crazy stuff. Overall, not the best session, but ended up doing okay in the long run. Could have done much better. These guys have moved so I could go. All right, so started off with some slots first, like I always do. Walked around, found some stuff, and ended the session ahead $255. So plus 255 on the slots. And then I was looking for blackjack. I found one table, sat down, and started playing. And this pain in the ass older guy sits down next to me and complaining so much. This guy's got a parking ticket on their car. She doesn't even know it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, driving around with the parking ticket on there, flapping in the wind. So I sit down at this table, I buy in and start playing up, down, not much happening. This older guy comes by. He sits down with what's equivalent to 2 bets. Okay, 2. Loses the first hand, loses the second hand. Now he's bitching and moaning. Now the dealer, who's an okay dealer, she's kind of a pain in the butt too sometimes, because she's like one of these dealers that kind of gets frustrated when you don't give her a tip, which I usually don't, but I'm always incredibly nice to her. So maybe she's annoyed with me, I have no idea, but she's never really been a problem or indicated that she wasn't happy with me. Anyway, so he rebuys, and then he's playing, he's bitching about every little thing. So count goes negative, it goes a little further negative, true -2. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need to be sitting next to this guy with him complaining, playing the side bets, all these different things. And you know, I like these casinos. They're nicer casinos. Lots of times will have no side bets, especially in the high limit. I like that. I think that was at maybe the Wynn Double Deck doesn't have any side bets. It's nice. It's clean, and you just get to the game and play the game, and that's it. Anyway, I ended up leaving that table ahead $50. And then I couldn't find anything else to play. Slots were dead. I didn't know what to do. Went and sat down at a 1-3 no limit hold'em table, right? So I'm standing in line. I've got some chips, but I want to get some nickels so I could play the table. There's a guy in front of me. He's got like $250 in nickels he's coloring up. And the guy behind me asks him if he could buy a row of nickels, like a stick of nickels, and a black chip. This guy gives him 2 sticks of nickels. So now this guy's frustrated behind me. I'm like, nobody's happy today at all. What a shock that people in a casino are not happy. But so I said, here's a black chip. I gave him a black chip. I took the stick and went to the table and sat down with a black chip and 20 nickels. It started playing, and it was kind of up and down, but not really. I was doing okay, chipping away. And I was ahead about $150. Now, there's another play that I was going to make, but I had to do it online, and it was time sensitive for me, so I had to do it right away. And so I'm up like 150. I'm setting this play up online, and it's taking forever, and it's not working properly, and the app isn't working, and all this stuff. And so it's going to take me a minute to run this play. So a new guy sits to my right, and I was going to get up and go sit in the car and work on this play. And next hand, I get dealt pocket kings. That's my best hand of the day so far. So the flop is like 7, 3, 10, something like that. It would take a lot for you to get there, right? And the guy, there's $20 in the pot. The guy to my, like $60 in the pot. And he makes it 60. And I call with pocket kings. And the next card is a jack. He makes it 60. I call. Next card, whatever. I don't know what it was, but he makes it 60 again. So he bought in for 200. He's basically all in at this point. And I just call. And he has pocket 7s, so he flopped a set of 7s. Tell me if that was a bad play. I don't know. The problem is getting money out of these old men is really difficult to do, and I couldn't raise any more than that pre-flop. So anyway, ended up with pocket kings again and 1, and then pocket kings again and 1, and up and down. I actually lost with pocket kings, then I lost with pocket aces like 3 hands later. But then in the end, I ended up doing a little bit better, and I ended up leaving down $164. So minus 164. I go back to looking at slots. Boring, not much happening, very quiet in there. I end up winning 154 at slots. So okay, back to about where we were before. So we're up about 315 at that point. Find another blackjack table. It's a $50 table. I sit down. There were a couple spots that were blocked off, so someone was coming back. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play. Sit down, start playing. And this guy comes back to the table, and he's playing the side bets, whatever. So I'm okay. The count's okay. And I'm playing and winning a little, losing a little, not really much happening though. And then another guy comes to the table and he throws a bunch of money on the table, and she goes to pick it up, and he's like, no, I'm not ready. Then he throws his ID on the table. She goes to pick it up. No, I'm not ready. Like 3 times this happened. And finally he's like, I want to get in. And she's like, you keep telling me that you don't want to get in. So she wanted to color him up, and I said, well, I'm going to get up. And she said, you want me to color you up? He wanted to get chips. She wanted to get him chips. And I was going to color up and leave. But I decided, you know what? They haven't put me in the system. If I color up, they're going to come over and see me and put me in the system. So I just walked away with $550 in quarters. So I was ahead only $50 at that point. So, now we've spent hours at this place, and we're only up a couple $100. Well, I guess more, like $400 at that point. So I go back to looking at slots again and play a couple plays, and end up seeing a friend of mine. I go around the corner, and I see a friend of mine. He just got back from Vegas, and he's like, you'll never guess who I saw in Vegas. No idea. Who'd you see? Another guy that I saw yesterday here. So he was actually on a trip to Arizona, and he swung by Vegas, and they saw each other, and he's like, I couldn't believe my eyes that I saw him. So this guy actually, well, let me just say, I ended up ahead 374 on the slots, so that was pretty helpful. So now I'm up whatever, almost 800. Not the greatest, but we tried. We had a couple sessions of blackjack. We played a lot of slots. We played some poker, and just didn't work out. But still a decent day. If you could have that every day, that would be awesome. So my friend was telling me when he was in Vegas, he takes his son with him, and he leaves him in a daycare either at Red Rock or at Green Valley Ranch, and he can actually leave. They leave the casino. They'll call you if they need anything. And he's 10 years old, and he said, I'll leave him there for 5 hours sometimes because he likes to be there, and he'll go around and he's hole carding and doing everything else. Then he'll come back, and his son's like complaining he doesn't want to leave. So if you have kids and you want to take a trip to Vegas, you can always take a trip to Vegas, leave them in the daycare. They probably have a good time with the other kids and all that stuff. And just thought I'd throw that out there. And it's not very expensive. I forget what he said. Maybe it was like $75 or $100 for 5 hours or all day or something like that. So not a bad price. And they take good care of you. Everything's on camera, obviously, so it's more trustworthy that way. So me and my friend also played a couple plays together. No big deal, like $14 profit. I didn't even put that down here, but there's another $14 in there. And I'm getting ready to go, so I'm leaving, and I'm going out the door, and I realized I still had all those chips. So I went to the poker room and cashed them out there because it makes more sense for me to go to the poker room with 22 quarter chips than to go to the regular cashier. It seems a little weird to go to the regular cashier because they'd be like, why didn't you color this up at the table? Oh, because I don't want them to know who I am. It's like if you go to the poker room, people play with those, and it's reasonable that you would have those there. So I went back in and cashed out those chips. Everything is good at the office, it looks like. And right now I'm going to go get something to eat, and then we're going to head home. It's already late. I'm already going to be at least an hour and a half later than I usually am. Fuel-wise, we're in good shape. We'll probably fill up on the way home, so didn't have to fill up on the way up. But on the way back over, we'll have to. I mean, I could make it, but why? So we'll get some fuel on the way back, and then I'm not sure if I'll play anything tonight. It's possible, but anyway, I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long drive, man. I've been driving and driving and driving and driving. I mean, the amount of driving that I've done. You realize last year I did enough driving to drive from New York to Las Vegas. I know you thought I was going to say LA. New York to Las Vegas and back almost 20 times. That is a lot of driving. And every day. Thankfully there's no snow. Thankfully it's dry. But guess what, guys? It's already dark and I'm still on the road. And I left home when it was dark. It's just like so hard to make money right now. But I'm making money and I'm not complaining. And you know what? When I get home, I'm tired, but I'm going to update my chart and I'm going to find out exactly where we are. I don't want to leave one day and then come home and realize that I passed 1 million 4 days ago and didn't realize it. I know I haven't passed it yet, but I'm going to go home, we're going to update the chart, and then I'll let you know tomorrow where we are. And we're so close. Now, a friend of mine asked me if I was going to be back there again tomorrow, and I thought about it, but now I'm thinking I'm not going there tomorrow, so we will see. I'm considering going to an Indian casino tomorrow. I haven't decided yet, so I may do both. But tomorrow is Friday, so I got to be really careful. I don't want to be out too late Friday night, and then it gets so busy, and there's so many people checking machines, can't get on tables, and all that kind of stuff. So we will see. Right now, let's do some segments here. You know, I don't like how this car changes things on my screen all the time. So I got two little screens in front of me where the speed is and stuff, and it will be a map, then it'll be something else, then it'll be something else. I don't want that. I want to set it. You know who Ron Etor was? Is that his name? Ron? Yeah. Or the guy who said, set it and forget it. You know, he wanted you to, he would do the infomercials on TV. I just want to set it and forget it, man. Now, see, this is average speed. I don't want this stuff. I want to know how many miles my range is. My range is only 401 more miles before I have to fill up. Isn't that awesome? All right. Anyway, segments. What did you eat today, MW? You know, honestly, not much. I had some cheese. I had some peanuts. I had some zero sugar tea, peach flavor, delicious. I had some gum. Not really much. So we're going home to get some good food to eat. I may or may not go out tonight. As you saw on Tuesday, it looked like I wasn't really going to do anything, and then I ended up spending all night Tuesday driving and playing and driving and playing, and then all day Wednesday playing. So you never know. So I can't really rate the food because it really wasn't anything special. And what did you tip today, MW? I had some sessions of Blackjack today. I played some poker today, and I played some slots today. And poker-wise, I tipped $1 for each hand. I don't know, 5 or 6 hands in a half hour. So I just said, okay, I don't know if you heard that alert, but I found a video on YouTube. It's this young kid, and he was saving up for his first kilo of silver. And he's like a middle school student. He used all his $2 bills that he'd been saving up to buy silver. And he went to go buy it. It was $57 an ounce. And he thought that it was way too expensive to buy. So he was talking, and then all of a sudden it cut out, and the price was $63. And he says, oh, sorry about that, guys. I got my phone taken away. He was being punished. Had his phone taken away, and the price went up by $6 an ounce. And then a couple days later was Christmas, and it was $79, and he couldn't understand what happened there. And believe me, nobody can understand. But that was my son sending me a text message saying, why did he use his $2 bills to buy silver? Because kids love $2 bills. And I agree. I love $2 bills too. I have a lot of them. So maybe we'll do a thing on it one of these days. I have some old $2 bills that were like the red seal $2 bills, and I have all kinds of awesome old stuff. And like in the old days, when something special would happen, you would like take a envelope to the post office and you would stamp it on that day. Some people would take like a $2 bill and put a postage stamp on it and have the post office stamp it with the date so they could remember that day because it was a special day because a certain event happened on that day. So pretty cool idea. Look them up if you can find them online. I must have like, I don't know, 30 to 50 of those. All pretty cool. And what did you learn today, MW? What did I learn today? I'm trying to think about what I learned. I learned that it looks like I don't have very much heat after all on me at this place, but I worked so hard to get the heat down, and I just don't know how I'm going to keep it down. I've got them convinced that I'm going to another casino to play most of my blackjack because there's certain people that know my name and put me in the system, and whenever I see them, I used to like complain and all that stuff, and I still might do a little bit of complaining because they got some splaining to do, but instead of complaining now, I just walk up to them, the people who know me, and I just stand next to them and just talk to them and say, well, I got to go to this other casino to play blackjack. They don't put me in the system, and laugh and giggle like a little girl. Anyway, no, I don't say I'm going to this other casino, but they know. I told them I'll just go to somewhere else to play, so they think I'm not doing it. So looking at my win-loss for the year, it shows $0. So hopefully we can keep it that way. But what I learned was that the heat is down on me in this place, and hopefully it stays down. I hate to say this because I said, like, I was listening to a partial episode from before Christmas. I said I was going to schedule my next trips, and I didn't. But I need to get on it and get those trips scheduled, and it'll become like no big deal. I'll just get used to like once a week or every other week scheduling the next flight and getting the next thing ready to go, and it'll be fine. So, all right, guys, for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.